Celtics got demolished in Game 3.
Wow, really? By who?
LeBron.
Oh, that's right.
Are you trying to tell me that LeBron James ain't gonna perform Game 3?
So this is the question, though. Well, I'll let you finish, Doug.
Please. So the Cleveland Cavaliers demolished the Boston Celtics in Cleveland at the Q. What I want to showcase is we have seen the meteoric rise of Jason Tatum. I have been infatuated with Jaylen Brown's play overall. Average Al has broken that same moniker to being more than average, as we have seen. Yeah, it seems like the Al stopper's Tristan Thompson.
Well, he's a
65
stopper.
million. You know what I'm saying? All right, I've never seen someone be so bad at their job and be so overpaid. Now, Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
So Terry Rozier has been really good in these playoffs at times. I think we can now spotlight where he's been bad. It's all on the road. So in the Bucks series at home, 23, 23, and that looks like 16 and 16. 16 and 26. On the road, 9, 10. And then how about the Sixers series? At home, 29, 20, 17. On the road, he had a quiet 18, and then he barely got over 10 points. Against the Cleveland Cavaliers, at home, he had a bad first game, bounced back with 18 in the second, and then he had 13 in Cleveland. Reddit pointed this out in the playoffs. His home and road splits, 20 points per game, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. On the road, 8 points per game. Can you explain to me what goes on here with Terry Rozier and why he is suffering so much on the road as opposed to being at home? Is it something to deal with feeding off of a home crowd, having that newfound confidence in yourself?
I always think that, especially, I mean,
always.
Again, who knows?
For less established players?
Yeah, but you gotta know Terry Rozier as a person. I don't, so we have to speculate. Fine. Sorry, Terry, I know you're watching. So when
He's for sure watching.
When I get your personality wrong, I apologize. Let us know.
Well, why don't you
come in and talk to us, and then we'll learn who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
So a lot of times, I think it's the case of, again, we talked about Steph Curry and how he feeds off the home crowd. Doesn't mean he's horrible on the road, it just means he's better at home. Everybody generally is, because you like people that applaud you.
Sure.
I was a guy who loved the road. I love it. I love it that people hated me while I beat you. That's awesome. I love that stuff. I'd rather do that than be at home. So anyway, and I like playing in other gyms because our gyms sucked. So anyway.
Sorry to hear.
So, yeah, of course, especially when you got guys right on the edge. You're on a stage in the NBA, and you got guys on the edge of the stage yelling at you. You're taking a three-pointer, and there's guys 2 feet behind you, if it's a corner three. You know, those things sometimes rattle some guys, or just get them off the game, or 25% of their brain is thinking about who's in the crowd. Or you take a timeout and you glance and you happen to see someone who's yelling, calling you filthy names. Sometimes that bothers you. So you're saying that the Cleveland Cavaliers crowd and the Philadelphia 76ers crowd and the Milwaukee Bucks crowd is getting in his head, whereas he doesn't have the support of the home crowd. But maybe not fully in his head, because when say someone's getting in their head, that means they're just like, they can't think of anything else. It just means it's enough that it's rattling him enough. It's taking his confidence down a notch. I mean, it's not like he's scoring 0, but
right, of course,
he's not exploding like we're seeing. And again, this guy was a backup, and now he's this apparent star.
Yeah. So the point,
he still has something to prove in a way.
Oh,
people are like,
sure.
Oh well, you know, after this run that the Celtics, that everyone still, I'm sure, still assumes is going to end in this series. The thought is, okay, in the next year they're going to get their starters back that are injured.
I just feel like
what happens to Terry?
There's something about role players that like have now established themselves in the playoffs, but it mainly has to do with having that support at home. So maybe it is some sort of smack talking, or maybe it's just the fact that they're clamping down on him defensively, and the opposing team is rising up to the occasion when they do play in front of their home fans. Because you know who you can't let beat you? A guy who is undersized for this league. And Terry Rozier is like big, but he's in life, but in this respective program, he's not. And also, it has the same sort of effect that I've seen that we talked about with Steph Curry being at home. When there's like a smaller guy who's beating you from 3, crowd really gets into it. And obviously, he's feeding off of that. The one point that I want to make that I think is illegitimate is that every time Terry Rozier has a bad game, this guy gets talked about. And it's so unfair. So unfair.
Yeah.
Oh, well, look at this. He put up 8 points. Yeah, he can't do it. Like, first off, you're comparing.
When's Uncle Drew coming back?
You are comparing. Let's just try to think about this for a second. You are comparing a guy who is not established in the league to a guy who hit the biggest shot in finals history aside from Jordan against the best team ever.
They put a cloud over LeBron, who's like, he overshadowed him a bit that game. I mean, that series.
What we've learned throughout these playoffs is that, hey, LeBron could use that guy. Oh, and now you're taking him off of LeBron's team and you're potentially, not potentially, you're putting him on Boston. It is so incredibly unfair when Terry Rozier goes 3 of 11 and we're like, yeah, can't replace Kyrie Irving. Bitch, who said? Who said that Terry Rozier is gonna replace Kyrie Irving? Like, you know what the problem is? Those people are reading Twitter too much and they're like, oh, scary Terry going off for 18. But you know what Kyrie does? You know Kyrie gets 18 in the second half of a basketball game. That's how good he is. So it's so illegitimate and it drives me insane that right when Terry Rozier is a bad game, it's like Kyrie going way up, Terry going way down.
That's why you don't listen. That's why you go black. That's why you go dark during playoffs. You don't want to hear it because it's who knows what sticks and what doesn't. I don't know, maybe he's not listening. Hopefully not to what everybody is saying.
Terry Rozier is a damn good player. I think he's going to be a starter on the team and I could see him inheriting like Tony Parker's, not legacy, but like the groundwork that he laid for the next point guard. Because Patty Mills is not that guy. DeJounte Murray is really good. I could see him going to the Spurs and thriving, okay?
Yeah.
But he's not Kyrie, so let's stop comparing him to Kyrie.
We can't help
He's a damn good player. He's not Kyrie. Let us know your thoughts. Comment section below, subscribe to 2x2 Sports.